Today in Grow a Garden in Roblox, I have the best and fastest way to farm this event. I have been working on this for the past 3 hours. Ever since Jandal started his little event, I've been researching and trying to understand how to farm this event as best as I can to help you as best as I can. If that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Become part of the first 200k OGs on the channel because we're almost at 200k. And let's get into the video. So I made a video. I had our method and I had to delete the video because it wasn't accurate. I spent an hour and a half working on the video. I had my list of plants I was going to suggest to you. And as I'm getting ready to publish the video, new information came to me and my video was wrong. So I deleted it. I deleted an hour and a half of work. And instead I'm doing this again because you guys deserve the best information I can find. What I had done was I had acquired a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables and plants to cover every single type of thing the Beanstalk guy would want. The Beanstalk guy over here who currently wants woody plants, for example. And this was the cute little spreadsheet I made. I had researched all the categories and researched what plants did the categories, and I gave you a great list. And I was focusing on plants you could acquire easily. And this was the list I had: blueberries and rhubarbs and mangoes, etc. But this list is wrong. It's not good enough. It's not powerful enough because there was one little thing I wasn't aware of. When I was first making this video, I was handing to the guy dino shrooms. I handed him a bunch of small dino shrooms and it did a little bit of damage, a little bit of work on the beanstalk growth. So I was like, okay, maybe I need huge dino shrooms. So I grew huge dino shrooms. I thought the kgs mattered, the weight mattered, and it didn't. So I was really confused. I'm like, okay, so small dino shrooms and big dino shrooms gave him the same amount of points. So what's the difference? So I was going to publish the video and then I realized it's not the size of the fruit that matters. It's the rarity. I didn't know that. I was about to suggest using blueberries for the berry category and multiple other categories, but blueberries are quite common and they wouldn't give you a lot of points. So I've had to change the entire video, and this is that video. What we need to farm this as fast and efficiently as possible is we need the rarest plants you have in all 20 categories. So what you could do, I'm not telling you to, what you could do is you can go to the Grow a Garden wiki, link in the description down below. And you could go and click on berry and look for the rarest berry, which is the eldest strawberry, and plant those. And then you can go to the roots and you look for the rarest roots, which is like the tall asparagus, and you plant those. You could take your time and do it that way, or I could just give you the answers right now because that's what I want to do. Over in the Dawn Discord, everybody is going nuts trying to figure out the best way to do this. And we might have created a little spreadsheet, or somebody might have created a spreadsheet. I don't even know who did it, but you might want to go in here and say thank you to them because this spreadsheet is going to help you a ton. This is the spreadsheet. You navigate it at the bottom. Down here at the bottom, you can see all the blue links for different things you can navigate through. And this one is currently showing all the things you need for the current one, which is the woody one. And as you can see, the best woody plant, for example, is clearly the giant pine cone. It gives you 7 points per hand-in versus all these ones, which only give you 6 points per hand-in. Do you see what's happening here? The rarity matters. So you want prismatic plants or transcendent plants if you have bone blossoms, for example. And this work in progress page, this is going to be your best friend during this event. This is going to have a whole boatload of answers for you, and it's amazing. This top left thing is your best friend. Here's the category: vegetable, stalky, prehistoric, etc. The first row is the best multi-harvest option: beanstalk, bone blossom, burning bud, candy blossom, example. And then it shows you alternatives. So if you don't have a beanstalk, you can get a pepper. Or if you don't have a pepper, you can get a king cabbage. And it shows you all the alternatives. And this is based off of rarity. So this first column right here is what you're targeting. These are what you want to plant. And so I have summarized it for you. You need these plants. These are the best plants. And if you have all these plants, you are covering every single category the beanstalk has to offer. And some of them, like the sugar apple or the beanstalk, for example, cover multiple categories. They're insane. So go ahead, screenshot this chart, the if rarity is more important. This chart right here, give it a screenshot because this is going to give you your best options for every single category, as well as alternative options to hand everything in. So if you don't have anything in the B category, you can go ahead and get things from the C category, the D category, etc. Which means most of the things that I've planted are wrong. Well, the dino shrooms are correct, but other than that, they're wrong. Now, here's the problem I've encountered. I don't know if you've encountered this. I've encountered it. What I've done is I've planted almost every single dino shroom I had, and I took them all and I handed them into Beanstalk guy, and I only got up to about 200 points of the 900 points I was supposed to get. So unless you have a boatload of a certain category, for example, sugar apples, I have like a ton of sugar apple trees. Unless you have a boatload of a certain category, you might not be able to solo this. If you do, if you're like me and you're sitting on 30 candy apple trees, you might be able to solo many of the hours that pop up from time to time. Now, if that's not possible to you, maybe you do want to join a place like the Dawn Discord server or maybe even the official Discord server and look for groups that are working together to finish the event. This is just like the summer harvest at the top of every hour. People are going to want to get together and they're going to want to try and do this event in a group to get the rewards every single hour. So if you can't solo it, if you just don't have the resources, you only have some resources, find a group and see if you can do it. You might be able to actually join random public servers and pull it off that way as well. Another thing to note, the developers changed something on us. I don't know if they decided to pull a fast one on us purposefully to ruin the leakers like myself who leak things. I don't know if they did this because they decided they don't want people farming in advance, but they changed the recipe of the pet pouch just before they launched the update. It no longer requires the hot dog. It now requires something called a corn dog. So if you're just like me and you farmed up 50 hot dogs in preparation for the event, because I farmed up 50 hot dogs in preparation for the event. If you're just like me, you have 50 hot dogs sitting there doing nothing, I'm so sorry. They changed it. They completely changed it. Those hot dogs are useless. And all my I got 50 of them. And now they're just taking up inventory space. Sucks, but that's what the developers decided to do. And according to the Dawn Discord server, because they're awesome like this, they found the new recipe for the corn dog. The recipe for the corn dog is as shown below. You need any wood type plant. So any type of wood plant, we showed you the wood categories. Then you need a meat type plant, any plant that can be used for meat and other recipes. The pepper comes to mind. I think the pepper was used in meat recipes in the cooking event. And then you need batter. So either corn or violent corn. So like corn, pepper, and then a wood type plant. So apple or something like that. I don't know. Also another change. I don't know if the developers backed out of this because they decided they didn't want the community backlash because a lot of people were complaining about this. It looks like they've removed the Bone Blossom reward from the Prismatic achievement. It's really unfortunate because I really wanted more people to have Bone Blossoms. And I'm sorry, but this seems to be the case. I'm staring at the Prismatic achievement list right here. And the reward is 2 silver Prismatic seed packs. That's the reward. It's no longer Bone Blossoms, which is really unfortunate because man, when the cooking event occurred and people didn't have access to Bone Blossoms and they couldn't get the prismatic recipes and people were so upset, I was like, why do we not give people Bone Blossoms? And now I thought we had it. The leak had it. It must have been a placeholder. They've removed it. And it's really unfortunate. If you don't want to join the Dawn Discord server and get access to this spreadsheet and stuff, you can just screenshot this part right here. And again, it shows you everything you need to do. It shows you everything you need. This arrow pointing down right here, that column, those are the best options for every single category. They will give you the most points and they'll farm the fastest. And again, if those don't work, go ahead and farm up any of these other alternatives. These are the best ones you can do if you don't have the best column. Hopefully this video was useful to you. I had to refilm it. It is what it is, but I did end up getting the right answer. I could have given you an answer quicker, but I've given you the right answer. This is the fastest way to farm the event. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit subscribe, become part of the first 200K OGs. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.